Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining. Sunil here. Can you hear me? Please give your confirmations on the chat box, please. Thank you. Thank you very much for your responses. Super. Thank you. Thank you very much for your responses. Let's stop the chat. Let's stop the chat. Thank you very much. So what's the plan for today? As you can see my screen, we already have learned how to create a Linux machine on AWS, isn't it? Our plan for today is to get into the practicals of Linux. We learn how to create a file, how to remove a file, how to create a directory, how to delete a particular directory, how to go to previous directories, how to navigate between one directory or other directory. So it's all about creating the files and creating directories. And then we'll have a comparative analysis on when should we use RMDIR, and when RMDIR fails in few cases, we'll understand it. When should we use RM-R? What is long list? Very important. What happens when a file name starts with dot? How to see hidden files? How to create hidden directories? Combination of listing options. We discussed about long list, combination of listing options, and how can we copy a file. So we are making ourselves comfortable with the concepts of Linux. So that I hope you have understood the agenda for today's session. As usual, before moving on, I think let's have interaction. Abhishek is waiting from long time. How are you, Abhishek?
Yes. Hi, Sunil.
Good evening.
I'm fine. What about you?
Doing well. Thank you. First question. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, I had one question if we if there is a Kubernetes tool and if it is taking your teaching it is for 5 days, right?
Correct.
So is there any kind of thing that will remain and we have to do some trainings for that to master it? Is there any kind of thing, or you will cover most of the things?
No. For mastering Kubernetes, there is a separate course.
Okay.
Abhishek?
So for
we will be learning.
We are giving the interview, then yes. Yeah.
Okay. First point, we are getting disturbance at your voice. We will be learning 4 to 5 days. I hope you know that's we'll be covering basic to medium level Kubernetes. Okay. But
Okay.
if you want to be extensively learn Kubernetes, then definitely this course will not be sufficient. You will have to run an exclusive Kubernetes course. Okay.
Okay,
This
fine.
is a generalized DevOps course. So if every DevOps professional, you can easily understand. I mean, can meet the current job requirements for this particular course. But there are clients who are extensively looking for Kubernetes specialists. If a clients are looking for only Kubernetes specialists, then this is not the course for you. Okay.
Okay. So this much of training will sufficient for cracking the interview, or we can industry ready for that.
Correct.
Yeah, that's the thing. And one more thing, from when the batch is going to start, exactly from when?
Which batch?
This batch, this thing is going to continue from how it is.
It's already started, right?
Yeah, so we have to just enroll for it.
That's it. There's no break. We already have started. This is day 3. It continues.
Okay, fine.
Okay, there's no stopping.
Okay. Yes. Thank
Anything
you.
more?
Nothing.
Thank you, Abhishek.
Thank you.
How are you doing, Leo?
I am doing very well, thank you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah. It's the question I have. It's about what we did yesterday in class. I tried to do that at home, and so I created a folder on my desktop where I served my PEM key to access my server via SSH. In the shortcut that you use, it's you right click
SSH command.
Yes, so you right click on that empty space in the folder, and then choose to open git bash where you serve the PEM key. When I right click in there, I don't have an option to open with git bash. The only option I have is Windows PowerShell.
Did you install Git Bash?
Yes, and then I had to uninstall it and do it again. Maybe I thought I have the wrong version, but it's the same thing. When I right click in order to open, the only option I have is PowerShell. I don't have another option to use to open it.
Can you do one thing? Uninstall PowerShell and install Git Bash and try.
I should try it again.
Uninstall PowerShell, which you don't want, isn't it?
Oh, I should uninstall PowerShell. Okay.
And install Git Bash. You will get the Git Bash option. Okay, try that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. And the other question that I had was the Kubernetes class that you're gonna be teaching. Will this class be completely over before we start that one? Or
no, this Kubernetes is part of the DevOps course.
Yeah, but you have another Kubernetes class for those who are interested in taking
exclusively specialized Kubernetes you're talking about.
Yes.
That is not yet confirmed. We need to get the confirmation. We have a different faculty for that.
Okay. Okay.
I will not be doing it. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Leo. How are you, Kiran Kumar?
Hi, good evening.
Good evening, Kiran. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Doing well. Your location and your experience, please.
Yes, currently I'm working in Bangalore location, but I'm basically from Andhra.
Okay.
I was working previously with Informatica Technology as a ETL developer. And now I'm looking forward to learn AWS Devops. I've done the course, AWS basic course with Linux.
Okay, so where did you learn it? By Mr. Ankit?
No, like I have done it separately, like from one of my colleagues. Like he taught me.
Okay, so you already have completed AWS. Now you want to also learn DevOps.
Yes, yes.
Correct.
And like this class, and I can see that this class is very helpful for me. Like the explanation is very good, and I'm able to understand easily the concepts of DevOps.
Thank you. How do you know this class? How do you know this institute?
One of my colleagues, he referred me. He's working in Tech Mahindra as a AWS DevOps engineer. He referred me for this course.
Is he my old participant?
I think so.
Okay.
His name is Chandramohan.
Yes, he's from 3 months back, I think. So he was. Okay. Yes, Kiran, any specific question?
No, nothing.
Thank you.
Like, I would thank you for taking up this course.
Thank you very much, Kiran. Thank you very much. Okay. I hope you'll enjoy the training, no doubt.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. All the best.
Thank you.
Let's move on. Day one, we have learned how to create we have to understand the importance of DevOps. We know what is DevOps, why DevOps is important in the industry. Day two, we have created a new AWS account, and then inside the AWS account, we have learned how to create a Linux machine. And today is day three. The prerequisite for DevOps. The prerequisite is DevOps is that every DevOps professional should be comfortable dealing with the basics of Linux. So let's make ourselves comfortable with Linux. So that's the reason we have created a Linux machine yesterday session. So what we'll do now, let's log into AWS. Let's look at the machine which we have created. Let's connect to that particular machine. Let's get started. So you know how to log into AWS. The URL is aws.amazon.com, isn't it? I hope you already have created AWS account. If not, please go ahead and create it. You're right. The URL is aws.amazon.com. I already have an AWS account. As I already have an AWS account, I log into my AWS. I already have logged in. Let me log in one more time. The URL is aws.amazon.com. Sign into the console. Log in with your email address and login password. That's it. The first page is called as console home. You know, AWS is collection of services. Here you'll find list of all the services. Out of all the services, we are interested in one service called as EC2. Under compute section, you'll find a service called as EC2. Under compute section, we have a service called as EC2. It's all about creating virtual servers on cloud. In fact, we already have created one virtual server on cloud. Go to instances. Yes, this is the machine yesterday which we have created. I hope you remember before signing out, I have stopped the machine. So it's good practice to stop. And once you're done, please stop the machine. And whenever you want to practice again, please start the machine. I want to start the machine. Go to action, select the machine, whichever you want to start. Instant state, start. It just take less than a minute for the machine to get started. Let's wait for the machine. Right now, you can see the state is pending. It'll take a few. Okay, now you can see the machine is running. The machine is successfully started. The machine is successfully running. Yes, you can now connect to the machine. How can you connect to the machine? You can connect to the machine by using SSH command. My dear friends, you can connect to the machine using SSH command. Where do you get the SSH command? Select the machine, click on connect. You can see this is the SSH command. Very good. Now the command is ready with you. The command is ready with you. How do you run the command? You need a terminal. The terminal is called as git bash. I hope you remember we already have installed git bash. You have to open this terminal. And where should we open the terminal? Your terminal should point out to the location where the key pair is downloaded. Do you remember when we have created a Linux machine in the previous session? We have created a key pair. And the key pair is available in my desktop, the Devops folder, and here is the location where the key pair is available. So don't open the key pair, right click on this free space. Here we have an option of git bash here. So I'm opening the terminal in my Devops directory. You can see here, where is my terminal pointing to? My terminal is pointing to Devops. Okay, in desktop. If your terminal is pointing to any, make sure the terminal is pointing to the right location where your PEM file is available. And here you have to write the SSH command. Copy, paste. Are you sure you want to connect? Yes, I want to connect. Hooray. You are right. You are connected. How do you know that you are connected? We're getting an IP address. The moment you're getting an IP address, the moment you're getting an IP address of that machine, that means you're successfully connected. So this is how we have connected to a Linux machine. I am based out of Hyderabad. I am based out of city Hyderabad, and I'm connecting to a Linux machine which is somewhere running in Mumbai data center. That's it. I've connected to a Linux machine which is somewhere running in the remote Mumbai data center. So we have connected to Linux machine. Let's get started with Linux. Let's get started with Linux. How can I create a file in Linux? How can I create a file in Linux? In two ways we can create a file in Linux. So first way I can create a file in Linux by using cat command. My dear friends, we have a command called cat command which helps you to create a file. Let's say I want to create a file with the name F1. I want to create a file with the name F1. So I'll be using a cat command to create a file. So how can we create a file? Look at this, cat greater than, mention the file name which you want to create, F1. This helps you to create a file. This helps you to create a file. So what is the name of the file I'm creating? F1 is the name of the file. Once you create a file, control will enter into the file. I want to write some contents. Why do you create a file? Why do you create a file? You want to save some data. I want to write some contents into the file. So let's go ahead and experience the process of creating a file. I want to create a file with the name F1. So I use cat command, use greater than symbol, mention the file name which you want to create. Mention the file name which you want to create. I want to create a file with the name F1. That's it, press enter, the file gets created. And control will enter into the file. The control is inside the file. So write the contents of what you want in the file. Let's say, for example, good evening. Welcome to Devops. Thank you. That's it. This is the 3 lines of content. I want to write it in the file F1. And how can I come out of the cat command? You can come out of the cat command by using Control D. Control D to come out of the cat command. I press Control D. Yes, I'm out from the cat command. I'm done with creating a file. So my dear friends, it's very simple to create a file. Let's say I want to create a file with the name F2. You can do that, cat greater than, enter the file name which you want to create, write some contents, whatever you want. Okay. And how to come out of the file, how to come out of the cat command, Control D to come out of the cat command. I'm done with creating a file. So this is how, as simple as that, you can create a file in Linux. Point number 2, how many files you have created? How many files you have created? We have created a file F1, and then afterwards we have created one more file F2. Total, we have 2 files which we have created in Linux. If you want to see the list of all the files, if you want to see list of all the files which you have created, we have a command called ls, stands for list. As the name suggests, list will show you list of all the files which are created. How many files you have created? 2 files. Are you getting the list of the files which you have created? Yes, perfect. So my dear friends, you know how to create a file, and how can you see list of all the files which you have created? Perfect. Okay, perfect. Okay. How to clear the screen? How to clear the screen? We have a clear command which helps you to clear this terminal. Now I have cleared the terminal. ls to see list of all the files. ls to see list of all the files. How many files we have created? 2 files, F1 and F2. Perfect. My dear friends, I want to read the information present in the file F1. I want to read the information present in the file F1. I remember this file F1 is having 3 lines of content, something like welcome, good evening, thank you. I want to read the data. I don't want to create a new file. File is already created. I want to see the information. Whenever you want to see the information, use the same command, cat. Don't use greater than symbol. When should we use greater than symbol? Only when you're creating a new file. Don't use greater than symbol. Greater than symbol is used when you're creating a new file. I don't want to create a new file. I want to see the content present in the existing file. So use write cat, mention the file name. That's it. You can see the content. Yes. Are you able to read the content? Yes. So whenever you want to read the content, please don't use greater than a command. When should we use this greater than symbol? Only when you want to create a new file. Similarly, I want to read the content present in the file F2. So cat F2, that's it. Are you able to see the content in the file? Perfect. So you know how to create a file. You know how to see list of all the files which you have created. You also now know how to read the information present in the file. Clear? Clear about this? Perfect. Okay. Next. There is a second approach, second way to create a file. One way to create a file is by using the cat command, which we already have just now experienced. There's one more way. One way to create a file is by using the cat command. Good. You know that. There's one more way to create a file by using touch command. Even touch command helps you to create a file. Let's say I want to create a file F3, not by using cat command. This time I want to create a file F3, but by using the touch command. It's very simple. So touch followed with F3, the file gets created. As simple as that. I want to create one more file F4, touch F4, the file gets created. So it's very simple to create a file by using touch command. Let's experience it. Let's experience it. Look at, I want to create a file F3, touch F3, file created. That's it. I want to create F4, touch F4, file got created. Yes, total how many files you have created? 4 files you have created. F1 and F2 are the files which you have created by using the cat command, and F3 and F4 are the files which you have created by using the touch command. Have you observed the difference? There is a difference. I hope you have observed. When you are creating the file by using cat command, when you have created a file by using cat command, what's happening? Control will enter into the file. You're writing some contents like good evening, welcome to Devops. Thank you very much. And how are you coming out of the cat command? You're coming out of the cat command by using Control D. So this is the behavior of creating a file by using cat command. When you create a file by using cat command, file gets created. immediately control will enter into the file. You are writing some contents and you are saving the contents in the form of a file by using control D. That's it. Whereas when you're creating a file by using touch, it is not asking you to enter some details. Immediately you're getting a dollar prompt. That's the bigger difference in the behavior. The concept is touch command is used to create an empty file. Touch command is used to create an empty file. When you don't want the contents to be written in the file, you just want a file now, and later you want to edit the contents in the file. You just want a file to be created. You can do that by using touch command. So touch, remember, always creates an empty file. So F3 and F4 are the files which you have created by using touch command. They're empty files, whereas F1 and F2 are the files which are having some data. I hope you already know how to read the data. Clear about both the ways of creating the file by using cat command. The other one is by using the touch command. Perfect. So you now know how to deal with files. You now know how to deal with files. The next thing what we had to learn is how to deal with directories. Files are done. The next thing what you need to know is how to deal with directories. So let's learn the process of creating and using the directories. Yes. Girish, how are you?
Yes, sir. I'm doing good. How are you, sir?
Doing well, thank you. So how is training going on?
Training is pretty good as of now.
Thank you.
Yeah, like I just had one doubt here. Like you have created an empty file, right? So if I want to write any content in the touch, how can I do that one?
Yes. Now your question is, now F3 is an empty file.
Yeah.
Now you want to write some data into that file. Let's say you want some lines to be written, isn't it?
Yes.
That is possible by using editor. We have an editor in Linux called as VI editor. So you have to open this file which you have created using the editor, and you can edit the data. We'll be seeing it soon. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Anything more?
No, nothing. Thank you, sir.
Perfect. Thank you. Srinath Bola, how are you?
Fine, sir.
Your volume is very low, Srinath. Please increase your mic volume if possible. Yes, your question.
Yes, sir. This is about my career recording, sir. I was joined in Ankit Narula
AWS.
Yes, and I subscribed the course also. In that course, he told that in Devops, if you include in cloud means
It's
you can
good.
get more opportunities. So
Correct.
So tomorrow or later, I will subscribe this course. What I mean is, presently, I'm working as a SQL developer in a software company.
You
MNC
mean to say
company.
Microsoft SQL or Oracle SQL?
Oracle SQL.
Oracle
SQL,
is
not sir. Siebel. CRM.
Siebel. Oh, Siebel. It's a CRM.
Yes.
Part of Oracle ERP now. Isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like
Okay.
Salesforce. No?
Correct.
So currently, I am in bench.
Okay.
So I want to trying that which course I have to learn next.
How many years of experience you have?
In Siebel, I have 4.5 years of experience.
Close to 5 years.
Currently 6 months means the total 5 years experience.
Okay. So totally you have 5 years of IT experience.
Yes.
Okay. So Srinath, my recommendation, as you are in the right track, you already have completed AWS. Now you are starting DevOps. Once you complete DevOps, so this 5 years of experience you have to divide that experience and project latest 2.5 years of experience in DevOps and AWS skills. So that's how you have to create your resume, and the remaining 2.5 years you mention your actual civil skills. Okay, so that's how you have to prepare your resume. Say you latest 2 years of experience or 2.5 years of experience, you have to project in AWS and DevOps skills. So what kind of roles and responsibilities needs to be placed in the resume, we will guide you. Once you create that resume and then post it in the job market, obviously as your latest experience is on DevOps and AWS, as the market is doing good, you get the calls. If you're good enough, strong in the subject, you will be clearing, and that's how you can switch your technology to DevOps and AWS.
So I am in bench. I was getting notifications like there are vacancies in this post like that.
Which
Not
post?
regarding to Siebel, some Azure, some AWS, some PLSQL like that. So
okay.
In bench people will get that.
Within the job, in the internal portal, you're getting that.
Yeah. In
okay.
internal portal. After learning this course, can I go to that?
Obviously, if the skills are matching, you can definitely apply.
But I have no prior experience on AWS.
Doesn't matter. Okay, if you're good in subject, you can deliver it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Srinath.
Okay.
Thank you. Hasanuddin.
Hi, Sunil. Can you hear me?
Yes, it's very clear. How are you?
Sunil, I had a question yesterday. The question was related to the tools which we are going to learn throughout this DevOps. I mean, in an organization, who are actually going to install all those tools? I
You're
mean,
talking about DevOps tools.
DevOps tools. Yeah, definitely. And I believe the Linux machine is gonna given to me by,
Infrastructure guy.
some guy there. So I want to know, like, who is actually going to install like Kubernetes, all these tools, which I'm going to learn in DevOps.
We have to do it.
Okay.
Because we are specialized. No one knows DevOps and no one knows cloud, Jenkins and all this. So even the responsibility of installation and configuration is our duty.
Okay. Got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Sunil.
Thank you. Sri K.
Yeah, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I was waiting yesterday also to connect to the chart. Basically, I have a couple of questions on this chart, how you address actually this question.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, please
So
tell me.
basically, like, is it a first come, first serve basis you will open, or how it? Because
You're talking about the chat. You're talking about the hand raise.
the raising hand and other things.
It's not first come, first serve basis. I randomly pick up the hands.
So how the student will benefit it, because normally this is not like normal testing course or normal theory course, like it's a very complex course. So to get clarified from the teacher like you, which you are very experienced, you are teaching very nicely, excellently. But for the students like us, so for example, if you don't get turn up for 2 days also, it is a like
Okay, you're right.
in the class.
So the first point, why you are getting.
But I just one question, sir. But because of Nirala class also attended, he give
Which class?
Ankit Nirala,
Okay.
where he used to give opportunity as a first come first serve basis, and also all the students he will be covered. He will stay a bit late, and he will address all the students. I mean, I'm not comparing actually, but it's a good way to address all the questions being a student. Is it like any strategy you are going to follow once people enroll the courses, and you will be giving the opportunity for all the students? Or how you are going to pick up actually? Okay.
Because the more number of participants are joining and more number of participants are raising their hands, the probability of getting unmuted is very less, isn't it, Sri? So the point is, your question will remain unanswered, isn't it, Sri? Am I right?
Yeah, that's what is the solution actually? Because
in such case, you can email me.
Yeah.
Okay. Our highest priority is to complete the day-wise schedule. That gives the highest priority. The second priority is interaction.
I mean, is it something like because of these demos, normally in the demos, nobody will get, I mean, everybody cannot get chance that everybody will understand.
Not only in demos, in the regular classes also, no one will, all of you will not get a chance to speak. Only few will get a chance to speak. Okay.
But other class, everybody getting, sir. Actually, I am attending Azure also. So he's giving opportunity for all students for all the class. So because he works in the same company, why don't you apply the same strategy? Because you are teaching such a very nicely actually. So you are the best tutor, entire logical and entire DevOps with very less fee. It's really appreciated. And the way how you are teaching is, it goes to layman also, that know words to express your extraordinary performance. But only thing is doubts, that is where it is lacking actually. You need to derive some strategy.
I understand. I clearly understand your problem. We, as an instructor, I understand, because we are doing it from more than 10 years. We know how exactly participants will face a problem when a particular doubt is not cleared. Okay. So in such case, you can shoot an email to me. Okay. Sri? You can send
email again. It is a control, sir. Email means the student will not get a freedom of expression where you'll ask some question and you'll explain, and again on top of that I'll ask another question. There is a way the learning will go off.
No. First point,
answers doesn't help. You can go for Google also, right? Rather than writing a mail to you, isn't it? So that way, I don't think it is the right way of expressing students' question actually. But you need to arrive some strategy in a such a way that maybe you can put in groups and ask like for example, if 50 people join in a group, so maybe first 25 students can ask in day one, next 25 students can get opportunity day two, so that everybody will get opportunity at least in the second day, because you never know whichever name is attracting to you will be picking up, right? It's all depends on the mood of
randomly.
So maybe last time also one guy got the same question again, second time also luckily he picked it up. So to avoid that one, why don't you categorize it as a more strategic and effective way? They divide into 3 groups and everybody will get at least a third day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So think about that, sir. So that
I will think about a solution. But
great.
as of now, the solution,
Perfect.
what you can send an email to me specific to your question. Be as straight as your question. We will reply to you in case you can reply immediately saying that you have a continuation question. I'll be replying to you. Or in case if in the worst case, yes, we can have a conference call. Okay. Okay, Sri.
Yeah, you please take it up. Think about that, and I explained already. So you please think about that, sir, to give opportunity to everybody.
Yeah, I'll try to do
In
my
terms
best.
of the questions, sir, a couple of questions, if it's okay, I'll ask quickly so that
You are welcome. That's the reason you are now allowed to unmute.
Yeah, so basically, like we are creating these virtual missions, as a virtual. So essentially, is it for like real time? When, for example, I am Azure admin, so I'll be creating as a job role these virtual missions in order to facilitate various teams like development team, testing team to have multiple missions. That is the way. That is the only reason we are creating virtual missions, or is there another way, other reason where the reason behind creating this many virtual missions?
What is the main purpose of creating a virtual mission?
Yeah, to save money. Yeah, to save money and all.
No.
Save the infrastructure cost.
How do you use this machine? We will be installing
Remotely.
applications. We will be installing application on that particular virtual machine, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sri.
Yeah.
No one needs an empty operating system. We need an applications on top of operating system. So that's the reason. If a team requires an application on top of operating system, then we'll create an operating system and with the required hardware configuration as part of an EBA or as part of an AWS instance. Okay, so the main purpose of creating an instance is to have an application which is installed on that instance so that it goes live. Sri.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
That is the main reason for creating a Windows instance or Linux machine to install applications. But here we are just created an empty Linux machine because our plan is to make ourselves comfortable with Linux. So once we get into tools, let's say once we want to learn Jenkins, we'll be installing Jenkins on AWS instance. If you want to learn Docker, we'll be installing Docker and managing Docker on the EC2 instances. Okay, so we should become, because in the real world also all these DevOps tools are running on AWS instances. So that's
tomorrow as a job role, once I become a AWS admin, I'll be creating.
You're talking about AWS or you're talking about DevOps?
AWS, for example, AWS tomorrow as a AWS admin. So I'll be will I get a request in real time to have these virtual machines to be created?
If you are involved in the EC2 service, obviously your responsibility is to create EC2 instances as per the requirements.
So what type of requirements are basically for the testing teams we need to create this instance or any other thing?
Infrastructure requirements, it can be anything.
Okay.
Need not be testing. Depending upon the config, you have to configure the patches, you have to configure the security groups, you have to configure the volumes, you have to configure the network attached storages. Okay. EFS needs to be configured. You may have to configure the load balancer. You need to configure auto scaling features. So based on the requirements, you have to configure and manage the infrastructure so that the clients will not have any efficiency issues. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so we are done with dealing files. Let's quickly learn with dealing with directories. A directory is nothing but a folder. When you compare with Windows operating system, in Windows operating system we have folders, right? In the same way here, let's say for example, all the files related to specific batch, I keep it in a folder. You can see these are all folders. In each folder you'll have some set of files. So here in Linux it is called as directories. In Linux it is called as directories. So let's learn how to create a directory. Let's learn how to create a directory. I want to create a directory with the name D1. The name of the directory can be anything. It can be your name also. I want to create a directory with the name D1. We have a command called mkdir, stands for make directory. We have a command called mkdir, stands for make directory, which helps you to create a directory. As simple as that. For example, I am creating a directory, so I have to write mkdir, follow with D1, the directory gets created. I want to create one more directory, D2, very simple, mkdir, follow with D2, the directory gets created. So this is how you can create directories. Let's go ahead and experience the process of creating a directories. mkdir is a command, stands for make directory, which helps you to create a new directory. And I want to create a directory called D1. Done. Directory got created. I want to create one more directory. Let's say D2. Okay, no doubt. Please proceed. Directory is ready. ls command, which you have just experienced previously, list. ls command, what ls command is doing, ls command is, can you see here, we have list command, will show you list of all the files. I'm running the ls command one more time. So list command, observe output of the list command. It's not only showing you the files, my dear friends, it's not only showing you the files, it is also showing you the directories also. So the power of ls is not only listing out the files, you get the list of all the files as well as directories combination you get. That's the power of ls command. So list command will show you, list out the files as well as directories. You may have a question, Sunil, how to identify which one is a file and which one is a directory? Here we remember D1, D2 are directories. So we remember D1, D2 are directories. So these are the directories and these are the files. How do you identify it? How do you identify which one is a file and which one is a directory? One way of identification, as it is very obvious, one way of identification is color. The directories are shown in blue color and the files are shown in white color. So one way of identification of whether it is a file or a directory is by using the color. There's one more way of identification I'll tell you in the coming examples, but one way of identification is color. So you know how to create a directory. You know how to create a directory. Okay, let's move on. Next point. I want to know the current path. I want to know the current path. Current path is nothing but where I am pointing now in Linux. Path is nothing but the current location where you're pointing in Linux. For example, in Windows, let's say I have opened this folder. What is my location? My location is this one. This is your Windows location. Right now I'm pointing in my E drive today folder Devops 5:30 PM new. This is the location where I'm pointing. So if I create some files, here by using new option, when I create a file or a folder that gets created in this particular location, right? So that is your current path. Similarly, you're now pointing to Linux. Where are you pointing? Where is your current path? You want to know the current path in which you are working. We have a command called pwd, stands for print working directory. Not present, it is print working directory. Print working directory will give you the current working directory, current path which you are now connected, pwd. Currently, look at the output, you are pointing to /home/ubuntu. You are now pointing in /home/ubuntu. This is your path. Okay, so when you are creating now mkdir, and I'm creating a directory D3, where this D3 will be created, the D3 will be created inside home, inside Ubuntu. Under Ubuntu, this directory gets created. So all these files, F1, F2, F3, F4, D1, D2, D3, these files and directories are available in /home/ubuntu. So you now know the current path. Whenever you're working in Linux, you want to check in which path you're working. Please use the command pwd, print working directory, so which help you to know the current path which you're working. Currently, you're now pointing to /home/ubuntu location. Very good. So you have created 3 directories, D1, D2, D3, and you have created few files, F1, F2, F3, F4. Very good. Now, what is D1? Answer my question. What is D1? It's as simple as that D1 is a directory. Yes, you are right. What is D2? Is also a directory. What is D3? Is also a directory. Very good. Can I create files inside the directory? Yes. Directory is nothing but a folder. Like how in Windows we have some set of files inside the folder. In the same way, you can create files inside the directory also, obviously. Now I want to create a file. Let's say I want to create a file, F10. This is the file which I want to create. But where I want to create it, I want to create this file F1 inside the directory D1. Inside D1, inside the directory D1, I want to create a file with the name F10. Can we do it? Yes, you can do it. Now, first, if you create a file here, let's say if you create a file by using touch command, it will not be created inside the directory. It will be created in /home/ubuntu. You don't want to create F10 in /home/ubuntu. You want to create F10 file inside the D1. So first you have to enter into D1. You need to point to D1. You need to enter into D1. We have a command called cd, stands for change directory. You have to change directory. Right now you're pointing to /home/ubuntu. Now you have to change your location. Where you have to point out to? You have to point out to D1. So CD stands for change directory, and mention to which directory you want to change. I want to change to D1. Yes, now you are pointing to D1. CD stands for change directory, which helps you to change the directory as per the requirements. You want to change the directory, I have changed it to D1. Can we confirm it? Yes, we can confirm it by using pwd print working directory. Previously, print working directory is pointing to /home/ubuntu. Now, if you write pwd, you're pointing to /home/ubuntu/D1. Now you're pointing to D1. Under home, you are having Ubuntu. Under Ubuntu, you are having D1. Now you're pointing to D1, and now you want to create a file inside D1. What file you want to create? You can do it by using touch. F10, yes, perfect. Now the file F10 is created inside the directory. If you see ls, you have only one file F10. There's only one file inside the directory D1. Clear? Clear about this? Perfect. So whenever you want to navigate, you have to use the change cd command, change directory command. Okay, you want to go to change directory. So D1, you have a D1 directory. Inside the D1, you have created a file F10. Now, where are you currently pointing to? Where are you correctly pointing to? Currently, you are pointing to /home/ubuntu/D1. Currently, you're pointing to /home, under home, Ubuntu, under Ubuntu, you're pointing to D1. For D1, for the directory D1, the parent is Ubuntu. The immediate parent directory is Ubuntu. For Ubuntu, the parent directory is home. And the topmost hierarchical directory is root. Root is also a directory. So this is the hierarchical structure. Under /home directory, under home Ubuntu, under Ubuntu, you're now pointing to D1. You want to jump to its immediate parent directory. You want to jump to one step above. We have a command called cd double dot. We have a command called cd double dot, which helps you to go to immediate parent directory. For D1, what is the immediate parent directory? Ubuntu. So you'll now point to Ubuntu. If you want, you can confirm it, pwd, now pointing to Ubuntu. So like this, I just want to tell you that we have a command called mkdir, which helps you to create the directories. We have a command called pwd, print working directory. Whenever you want to know the current path in which you're working, you can use pwd. We have a command called cd double dot, which helps you to go to immediate parent directory. This is how you have to be comfortable navigating between the directories. Okay, now one more important point, ls. ls, okay, as expected, you're getting list of files and list of directories. Okay, right. So we have learned the process of creating files, and we have learned the process of creating directories. Let's learn the process of removing. Let's learn the process of removing the files. Let's learn the process of removing the directories. Whenever you want, I want to start with removing the file. I want to remove the F4. I want to remove this file F4. Any file, whichever you want, you can remove it by using the command called, very simple, rm, stands for remove. In Linux, we have a command called rm, stands for remove, which helps you to remove a file. And what file you want to remove, mention that file name F4, that's it. Let's say I want to remove the file F4. So you can do that by using rm F4. The file has been removed. That's it. If you want, you can confirm it by listing. Are you getting F4? F4 is not available. That means it is deleted. You have an rm command which helps you to remove a file. I want to remove F2. Yes, you can do it. Rm F2. File has been removed. That's it. So rm command helps you to remove files. You have a question. Sunil, how to remove directory? Yes, I'm coming to the point. We have learned the process of removing files. Let's learn the process of removing directories. How to create a directory, my dear friends? How to create a directory? mkdir, you are right. mkdir is a command which helps you to create a directory. When mkdir is used for creating a directory or making the directory, rmdir will help you to remove the directory. rmdir is a command which helps you to remove directory. Let's say I want to remove D3. I want to remove D3. Mention the directory name, whichever you want to remove. That's it. It gets removed. rmdir D3. Done. Directory has been removed. List. Yes, previously there was 3 directories. Now you're getting only 2 directories. The D3 has been successfully removed. Can I remove D2? Yes. Can I remove D1? Can I remove D1? Let's try. RMDIR D1. Like how you have removed the directory D3, in the same way I'm trying to remove D1. By dear friends, this command will fail. This command will fail. What's the problem? Try to understand. This command failed to remove directory because directory is not empty. You can easily understand the reason also. You can easily understand the reason also. D3 was empty directory. There were no files inside D3, so I have successfully removed. But D1 is not an empty directory. I hope you remember inside D1 we have created a file F10. Do you remember? My dear friends? Do you remember inside D1 we have created a file F10, so it's not empty. So RMDIR will work only when the directory is empty. It works, no doubt, if directory is empty. If directory is not empty, directory is having some a number of files, so it will not work. In such case, RMDIR fails. RMDIR will be successful only when the directory is empty. If the directory is not empty, but still if you want to remove it, yes, there is a possibility, no doubt you can do it by using RM-R. You have to use -R stands for recursive, and mention the directory name D1, so which helps you to remove the directory even though it is not empty. It may have some n number of files or it may have nested directories, but it works. RM-R followed with the directory D1. Yes, it has been removed. Now you can see ls. Yeah, directory has been removed. So that's what I'm coming to this particular point. You can see RMDIR fails. Why it fails? Because the directory is not empty. In the directory is not empty, please use it, or happily you can use RM-R irrespective whether the directory is full or empty. So it will remove the directory. So you now know how to create files. You know how to create directories. You also know how to remove files, and you also know how to remove directories. You also know how to remove directories. Perfect. Perfect. I want to remove D2. RM-R, irrespective whether it's empty or not. I don't want to worry about this. I have removed it. Okay. Now look at this. Quick, let's spend some time, just 2 minutes, to make ourselves hands-free with respect to navigation. I hope it is very simple. Now what I want to do, I want to create a directory D1. Inside D1, I want to create D2. Inside D2, I want to create one more directory D3. Inside D3, I want to create one more directory D4. Can we do this? No doubt you can do it. Nested directories D1, D2, D3, D4. Can you do it? Yes, you can. How can you do it? Look at the way. The first command start with D1. This is the hierarchical structure of directories which you want to create. No doubt you can create it. So mkdir, create a directory D1. Don't immediately create second directory, because the second directory should be inside D1. First, you have to change to D1. CD. So enter into D1. After entering into D1, mkdir D2. And again change to D2. So this is how change to D2. And then mkdir D3. This is, I hope you remember the series of commands you have to run. As simple as that. I want to create the first directory, mkdir. Let's create the first directory. Directory got created. You can see the directory has created. Now you have to enter into directory CD D1. Yes, now you're pointing inside the directory. Inside D1, mkdir, create a second directory. CD, enter into second directory. mkdir, create a third directory. Enter into third directory. And inside the third directory, mkdir D4. And enter into D4. Now, if you want to know your current path, pwd print working directory will show you the current path. Look at this, my dear friends. Under /home/ubuntu, under Ubuntu, first you have created directory D1. Inside D1, you have created directory D2. Inside D2, you have created directory D3, and you have created D4. So you should be in a position to deal with hierarchical structure. Now, from D4, you want to go to immediate parent directory. For D4, the parent is D3. For D3, the immediate parent is D2. For D2, the immediate parent is D1. Now, if you want to go to immediate parent directory, we already have learned. I hope you remember. We already have learned. I hope you remember CD double dot. CD double dot, which helps you to go to immediate parent directory, isn't it? Perfect. Now, I don't want the immediate parent directory. Okay, now I won't directly go to /home/Ubuntu. I won't directly jump to this particular Ubuntu directory. I don't want to go to immediate parent directory, one hop and second hop and third hop and fourth hop. Instead of the directory, I can directly jump to Ubuntu. Yes, you can do that. Right. You have to start from the hierarchy. CD, start from the hierarchy, topmost directory /home/Ubuntu. Now you're directly pointing to /home/Ubuntu. So like this, you have to use CD command, change directory, to change to the required directory, whichever you want. Clear? Clear? I hope you're very clear. I hope I'm very clear in explaining how to deal with directories and how to deal with files. Let's move on. Let's move on to next option, long list. Let's move on to next option called long list. What LS will show you? LS will show you list of all the files and directories. We have only 2 files and 1 directory. Good. We have 2 files and 1 directory. Answer my question. Answer total how many files and directories? Total we have, look at this. Look at this. We have 1 directory and 2 files, agree? So total you have 3 combination of files and directories, total you have 3. Now answer my question. I want to know the size of the file. Is it 5 KB or 10 KB, 100 KB, 1 MB, 2 GB? What is the size of the file? LS command will not show you size of the file. It will show you file names and directory names. That's all. If you want to get more information about file size, you cannot get that. LS will show you only the names. If you want more information, you want metadata. I want to know the size of the file, or I want to know the date and time when the file has been created. I want to know owner of the file, who created this file. Every file in Linux will have some permissions. I want to look at the permissions of the file. All this kind of metadata information, you can get it by using long list. A long list will give you more information about files and directories. I want to know more information about these 3, 1, 2 files and directory. You have to use ls-l. L stands for long list. -L for long list. So when you write long list, you again get the same information. 2 files and 1 directory, total only 3. But are you getting more information? Yes. Are you getting more information? Let's say, for example, file 3. You have more information. Look at this. You can see the date and time when the file has been created. You are able to get the date and time by using long list. What is the advantage? The advantage is you get the date and time when the file has been created. You can. This is the size of the file, 0 bytes. F3 is a 0 bytes. It's an empty file, because I hope you remember we have created F3 by using touch command. One way of creating the file is by using cat command. I hope you remember. And one more way is by using touch command. We have created F3 by using touch command. This is a proof. It's a 0 bytes. And F1 is a file which we have created by using cat command. We have a good morning and hello, welcome to Devops. So that's the reason it's for 51 bytes. This is the size of the directory default. This is the owner of the file. This is the group what the file belongs to. This is the permissions of that particular file. Are you getting more information? Whenever you want to get more information about the date and time, when you're working in DevOps, most of the time you would know this. You want to know when the file has been created, what is the size of this file, what is the permissions of this file. So this kind of more information you can extract it by using long list option. Clear? So normal option is list. Will show you list of all the files, just names. You will not get size, date and time, permissions. When you get size, when you want all this extra information, you have to use long list option. Perfect. Okay. So you know how to get long listing also. By using -L, you get the long list information. Next. What happens when a file name starts with dot? Interesting. Let's create it and experience it. I want to create a file with the name .fi. Let's experience it. I want to create a file with the name which starts with dot. Can we do it? Let's try. You can create it in 2 ways, by using cat command or by using touch command. Let's go ahead and create a file by using touch command. Touch dot f file. Let's check whether can we create it or not. Touch dot f file. Can we create this? No doubt, you're not getting an error. Yes, you can create a file in Linux which starts with dot. No doubt. Okay, now can I see list of all the files by using ls? Can I see list of all the files? As expected, you're getting 2 files and 1 directory, but what about the new file which you have created .fi? Is it visible? It is not visible. You have created, you're not getting any error. No doubt the file has been created, but listing command, you are not able to see that file. What is the problem? The concept is in Linux, when a file name starts with dot, it is a hidden file. In Linux, when a file name starts with dot, it is a hidden file. Similarly, if a directory name, we have created D1 is a directory. If a directory name starts with dot, let's for example, I want to create a directory with the name .d7. Can I create a directory? Yes, mkdir. Mention .d7. This helps you to create a directory, right? So mkdir .d7. This helps you to create a directory. No dot directory was created, but will it be visible? No, it's not getting shown because it is a hidden directory. So in Linux, when a file name starts with dot, it is a hidden file. Let's clear it. ls. Are you getting hidden files? No. Are you getting hidden directories? No. ls will show you only normal files and normal file directories. You will not get, if how to create hidden files, if anybody asks you, file name starts with dot, it's a hidden file. Directory name starts with dot, it's a hidden directory. We have to manage all this because all the DevOps tools in the real world also will be installed on Linux. So there will be some predefined files which will be generated. You should be able to handle some hidden files also. So this kind of knowledge is very important. So that is the reason before starting all the prerequisites, if you are strong, then we can quickly jump into the DevOps core concepts. So hidden file, when a file name starts with dot, it's a hidden file. When a direct name starts with dot, it's a hidden directory. ls is capable of showing only normal files. If you want to see hidden files also, you want normal files as well as hidden files, ls-a. A stands for all. All means all the files, even hidden files will also be displayed. Oh my God, there are a lot of hidden files, more than what I expected. But are you able to see your file .f5? Have you created your directory .d7? This is what we have created, right? .d7, .d5. Are you able to see your files also? Yes. There are many hidden files and hidden directories also. That's good observation, but you are in a position to extract it. Normal ls will not show you hidden files. ls-a will show you hidden files and hidden directories. Okay, clear? So total, how many listing options we have learned? Total, how many listing options we have learned? The first listing option is ls will show you only the names. ls-l will give you names, date and time, size, owner, permissions. ls-a only names of normal files. When you write a, names of normal files as well as hidden files. You can use a combination of ls-la. I hope I'm not fast. ls-la, you can use all this combination. ls-la means you get the long listing of normal files and hidden files also. You want to know the date and time when the file has been, this hidden file has been created. You want to know the size of the hidden file. So you can use a combination of listing options, ls-la. Long list of normal files and hidden files and hidden directories. You can use a combination of listing options. Clear? Clear about this? Perfect. So what happens when a file name starts with dot? It's a hidden file. What happens when a directory name starts with dot? It's a hidden directory. How to create a hidden directory? Yes, the same concept. Combination of listing options we have learned. How to copy a file. How to copy a file. Let's say we have a file F1, right? We have a file F1. I want to copy that file. Okay. Which file we have? I have to copy. I have a file F1. I want to have a copy in F20. Can I copy that information in F20? Yes. Do you have F20 now? We don't have it. But we have a command called CP, stands for copy, very easy to remember. You have to mention the source file and you have to mention the destination file, F1 and F20. What happens when you write CP command? CP helps in copying the file. This is a source from which file you want to copy, F1. To which file you want to copy? I want to copy to F20. Is F20 available? Not available. The file gets created automatically and the content is copied. CP, copy. Which file you want to copy? F1. To which file you want to copy? F20. F20 is not there. Doesn't matter. Command has been successfully executed. Now you can see F20. And the same content will be there. How to read the information? Cat F20. Are you getting the same information? Good evening. Welcome to Devops. Thank you. The same information which you have in the source file. What is your source file? F1. Whatever the source file information is there, are the same information available in the destination file? Yes, you are able to copy it. Exactly, you are able to copy by using the command copy command. So this is what I want to do. This is what I have planned for today's session. I hope we are now strongly comfortable with the basics of Linux dealing with files navigation and PWD print working directory to show you the current working path. And we have few commands like few miscellaneous commands. Cal will show you the current calendar, date will show you the current date. Okay, so I hope you are now comfortable navigating within files as well as directories. What is our plan tomorrow? Tomorrow is one of the most important session of Linux because when I say ls-l, it will give us more information about the date and time, size. Good. Have you observed what are these RW, RW, RX? These are permissions. Every file will have 3 permissions: read, write, execute. So what are these permissions? How to understand these permissions? But very frequently in DevOps engineer will be a requirement to change the permissions as per the requirements. Can we change the permissions? Yes. How can we do it? So that's our plan for tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll be spending time on the important concepts like understanding the file permissions and changing the file permissions. There's something called sudo keyword. I want to discuss about sudo keyword that is called super user do. If time permits, we'll discuss about package management, which are very, very important. So this is our quick agenda of our next session, which continues tomorrow at same time, 5:30. Okay. Yes, now it's time for interaction. Sandrine, how are you?
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How is today's session?
Yeah. What was your question?
How is today's session?
Oh, well, the session is great. Very detailed and clear, but since it's my first time in, I don't have any background.
Okay.
I'm kind of,
please try to do hands-on. That is very important.
Yeah, I'm trying to do I was able to connect to the virtual Linux machine.
Very good.
But it's telling me to run a command as administrator, user root, use sudo. So I was kind of confused. I wasn't able to do anything, but I was able to connect to the virtual.
Yes. Your question, please.
Yeah, so what do I need to actually start running all this command? It looks like it's not working for me.
Which Linux machine you have created? Have you created the Ubuntu machine?
Say that again, please.
I have created a Linux machine. Am I right?
Yes, I did.
What is the operating system of my machine? Do you remember this machine which I have created?
Ubuntu?
What is the operating system? Ubuntu. So did you take the same Ubuntu flavor or have you used a different flavor?
I choose Ubuntu. I can see here Ubuntu come with absolutely no warranty.
So you also have successfully created an Ubuntu machine. And you can see the dollar prompt also, isn't it?
Yes, I can see the IP address.
So these commands will work. Please try. Okay.
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 So the message that I have about to run a command as an administrator, user root. I should just ignore that message.
Please ignore and start writing the commands.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, Sandrine, thank you.
Thank you.
Vamshi, how are you? Good evening, Vamsi. How are you? Doing well. We are getting an echo. Looks like you are joining from multiple devices.
No, I'm only connecting one
Okay.
device. Actually, I'm working in HCL right now.
Working in
HCL.
HCL. Okay.
Yes, yes. Now I want to learn interest toward the AWS. That's why one of my brothers suggested to learn. That's why I have learned that in this session.
Okay.
One more doubt I have in that today class: how to create a cat file.
How to create a
Cat file.
cat file? What file?
Just a minute.
Dart file.
And that previously we have created in touch file, right? In this file and that
We have created some files and directories. Yes, you are right.
that we have created in touch file, right?
Touch file. We have created a file by using touch command.
Touch command. Touch command, right? Now we can create the command in cat, right? Cat.
Try to do that. Try to create a file by using cat command also. Okay.
Okay. But today I'm the situation starting, right? That's why I'm asking you. Can I create or not?
You can create files by using cat command also. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Can you show me if possible?
I have just shown you, right, how to create a file by using cat command. Why don't you try?
Sure. Okay.
Okay, sure. Thank you. I will try and confirm by tomorrow.
Okay, good. Always trying is important.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So what you have asked me a very basic command. So you want to create some file. Yes, you can create it by using cat command. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Shiva Krishna. You are not getting allowed to unmute, Shiva. Ayesha.
Hi, Sunil. Good evening. Good evening,
Good evening.
everyone.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just want to know, like I have made the payment for this course. I just want to check whatever you're teaching every day will we get
will be uploaded. Okay. So the session ends by 6:30 or 6:40, right?
Yeah.
By 7:30 or 8 o'clock, this recorded will be uploaded in that portal where you can log in and access the video.
Only video, or we will be getting the steps?
Notes also. Notes,
okay.
Any notes are used, any PowerPoint slide, you will also get that.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Thank you. A fall ring.
Hi, Sonny. How you doing?
Doing well. How are you? Good morning.
I'm good. Good morning. I have a quick question. I was part of the previous Devops batch, and I would like to do like a little refresher on a few videos. How much do I have to pay really?
Yeah, you don't need to make a complete payment. Probably you need to pay only 10% of the fees because you already have paid, isn't it? You just want to repeat it. Okay.
Yes.
So once you are paid, when you are repeating, you don't need to make the full payment. You just need to pay a nominal amount of 10% for the portal charges. Okay. So send an email to us. I hope you know our email address is support@logiclabstech.com. Okay. Mention that you are part of your old batch. If possible, mention the batch number. And you want to continue in this batch, repeat one more time. So we will provide you 90% discount, and you have to provide only 10% of the actual cost to continue and repeat one more time.
Great, great. Last question. How can I join a WhatsApp group for this batch?
Okay. I think many participants need WhatsApp groups. I'm just sending the WhatsApp group link in the chat box. Okay.
Okay.
Let me test it. It's fine. So my dear participants, if you do not belong to WhatsApp group of this particular batch, I'm sure many are part of the WhatsApp group. In case if you do not belong to WhatsApp group of this particular batch, please join the group using the link which I've just posted in the chat box to get the updates exclusively for this particular course. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Sunil.
Do you donate?
Yes, good evening and thank you, Mr. Sonny.
Thank you.
Just advice on the hands-on method. If not, I was about to say that comparatively, the past 2 days, you were very explicit using various examples so that those of us who are just starting from scratch can be familiar with the terms and abbreviation like the LS1, RMIDR, you know. And when I look at the LS, I'm wondering if the L is inverted or I didn't quite get it.
Your voice is not clear. Please repeat.
Okay. I was saying that the past 2 days, you were quite explicit with the terms. Today, I'm trying to grapple with many terms like the LS, the CD, the RMIDR. The past 2 classes, you were explaining and giving the words and giving more options.
Okay.
Yeah. So, for example, the LS, I see the L inverted, and I'm like wondering. Maybe
okay, no, that is a type. I mean, that is a font which I've used, so looks to be inverted. This is normal L. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Maybe the hands on with her.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
How is the session overall? Do you done?
Yes.
How is the session?
Oh, it was great. It was great.
How do you know this course?
It's just the terms, especially those of us who are still new.
I'm a little fast today.
Yeah.
Because it was a little basic, so I thought because we have to finish this agenda, so but I hope you can watch the video and catch up soon.
I will do that.
And how do you know about this institute?
I was referred here by Shay Laughlin, which is a sister.
Is she working in DevOps profession?
Yeah, I think she had a class with you yesterday. She's the one who referred me.
Okay.
Maybe an advanced class or so. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, David. Yeah. Enjoy learning. Thank you very much. One more final call before finishing off. Rahul Gaikwad.
Hello.
Hi, Rahul.
Yes, sir. How are you, sir?
Doing well. How are you doing?
Yes, I am fine. Sir, I have one question. That I am from the telecom background and currently working in the networking. I changed my domain from telecom to networking. And now I'm looking for the DevOps. So
good. From networking, you want to now move to cloud. Good approach.
Yes.
Good, Rahul. You are in the right track. Have you learned AWS?
Yes, sir. I'm learning right now. The current batch is from Ankit, sir.
Perfect. So learn both the skills and then be perfect in whatever we are teaching. Perfectly hands-on. Be consistent. Okay, you get the success. Don't worry.
Yes, sir. It's a telco cloud is related to this, or it's fully different.
It's completely different. It's nowhere related to it. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Rahul.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So my dear friends, so please complete the payment formalities. I hope tomorrow anyways we'll continue, but the payment, but the Zoom link may change. If you have not yet enrolled, please complete the payment formalities. I hope you know how to make the payment. You have to log into this particular site, logiclabstech.com. I hope you know it. It's like a Udemy site. You have to create an account. Can you see we have an option of login, and if you have an account, please log in. If you don't have an account, please sign up and create a new account. Once you create a new account, go to store. Once you have it, once you have a new account, log in with that new account, go to store option, select the course what we are learning. So what we are learning is Devops batch 106. The course fees is 5,900 Indian rupees, and it's close to, I think, not sure, very I think $150, I'm not sure. So select the course, and here we have an option of buy course, and then check out. It accepts international payments as well as national domestic payments, like payment. You can make the payment using Google Pay, Phone Pay, or internet banking or debit banking. So please complete the payment formalities. Anyways, we'll have session tomorrow where our plan is to get into more detailed concepts, more important concepts like handling the file permissions, using the sudo keyword. So more details of Linux for the tomorrow session. Stay tuned. Have a good time. Thank you very much.